All right, boys, let's do this.
So
We first agreed for 6 o'clock. Then somebody said he can't make it. Then we started planning Wednesday, and then all of a sudden it's today at 6 o'clock. So thank you, Andy. We're actually making it happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. We got today some of the best offices in US. We have Andy Tran, we got Ayrat from Cedar Park Dental Wellness, and we got Winston Fang from First Dental Center in Chicago. And Andy is Apex Dental Hutto, right? Texas? Is that not Hutto, right?
Hello.
Hutto. Okay, cool. All right, where you guys are at? Like, can we just briefly talk about the stage or state of your businesses? Where you at? I'm just really curious. Like, I know Winston is in construction, knee deep in construction, but just overall, where you guys are at? What are you excited about? What's currently going on with your practices?
Okay, who starts?
You want to start?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the youngest practice. I'm on all three. So we in the process of growth. We haven't hired our associate yet. So doctor, which is my wife, she's still practicing on her own with one hygienist. So right now we're just trying to prepare to hire an associate. We recently went out of network with all the insurances. I think that was one step, huge step. It was a scary step, but really exciting, and I think that's a good step to do early on. So while you're still not heavily dependent on the insurances. So the reason why we went out of network with all of them at the same time, because we were in network through umbrella companies and they couldn't let us go just one by one. So we had to make that decision. Either we're staying with all of them or leaving all of them.
Just cancel all of them?
Yeah, we ended up canceling that umbrella company, and we just wanted to see if we can survive and not needing to go back. At this point, hygiene schedule is kind of scattered. Yeah, a lot of times people not really interested in making appointments if insurance not going to pay 100%. But some people find value in the dentistry that we can provide, and they stay. And a lot of times people confused, like they don't understand the coverage. Those with PPO, we have to educate them that they still can come. We can still, there's higher copay for sure, but they still can use their insurance here. So yeah, that was the big step. Right now, one of the mistakes I think we made might have been a mistake. You can look at it both ways. We went with cheaper chairs when we started. Now we're looking into upgrading into ADEC chairs. So that's going to be huge expense. Currently waiting for estimates from both Henry Schein and Patterson. For ADEC chairs. Because the chair brand we went with, it's not as ergonomic, and it's cheaper chair.
what chair did you go with?
The brand called Reater. A lot of people never heard of them.
That's
they work. No, actually, it's its own brand. But the problem with those chairs, they could have worked for a lot of dentists, but the problem with us, our both doctor and hygienist, they kind of shorter, and it's hard for them to work on patients sitting down behind the patients because the chair doesn't go
down.
Yeah, chair doesn't go as low as, for example, ADEX. And there's a reason ADEX, because we have two older ADEX chairs from like 2010. I was able to buy used, and those chairs work really well, and they really love them. So we're like, okay, let's see if we can buy those instead. Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, Andy.
We have construction done for 15 plumbed ops and about 10 chairs that are ready for use. Currently in the process of buying the rest, chairs and delivery units and cabinetry for the other 4. And hiring another associate.
How many total are you going to have?
The next X amount of months, probably 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so Andy, you're running 10 chairs for two doctors.
Yeah.
That's pretty baller amount of space.
Wait, but how many hygienists do you have?
I have like 4 part-times. It depends on the week. We got a couple coming in, couple going out. So by let's say March 1st, we'll have 2. We'll have, I guess, hygiene days. We'll have, or I don't know, hygiene hours. 2 full-time hygienists every day, Monday through Friday. And then by mid-March, we'll have 3. And then we're hoping by April 1st, we'll have 4.
Gotcha. You guys are working the same days, right?
No, I have Friday off.
Okay.
And half of my Mondays are in meetings. But we're going to change that up. And then he works Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
So your associate is off on Wednesday.
Yeah, he likes the break in the middle, which I used to like too, but then I was always off on Fridays for traveling, and so it only makes sense for us to just be off on Fridays.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of your Wednesday.
Guys, just 1 second. Ayrat, can we go back to you? How many ops are you going to have total?
So right now we have 6 apps equipped. So total, and we're gonna change on 4 of those chairs. We're gonna change, and then we're gonna add 1 or 2 more apps. So it's gonna be either 7 or
How many plumbed?
8. Right, totally we have 9 apps
Okay,
plumbed.
that's fine.
One of those rooms is always gonna stay as a storage because that's what's gonna happen. So we have potentially 2 more rooms.
Yeah, it's expensive storage, but
I mean,
so nine plumbed, and how many actively being used?
6 at the moment.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna have 7 or 8.
Okay, sounds good. So Andy, any other update on your end? No secrets, no nothing.
What are you searching for?
I don't nothing.
I
Nothing.
have
Just
a lot going on. I don't know what you want me to say.
I know. We'll pull that thread little by little. We'll get there. All right, Winston, where you at?
So yeah, we're in Chicago. We got 5 ops going. We're maxed out. We're 4 days a week. Me and my associate, we work all the same days. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with our 2 hygienists. So, we're fully utilizing the 5 ops. They're every single day. So yeah, we're in
How
the
many
middle
hours
of-
do you guys open per day?
We're 9 to 5. So nothing crazy.
Every day,
Yeah. Every
including
day.
Saturday?
No, just 4 days a week.
Okay. And so take us through your construction. When you're done with the construction, what's the capacity?
Yeah, we're gonna build out 11 right away. And I already bought all the equipment for 11 chairs, and then we have the capacity for 16. So,
Okay. So you're
Why
almost
you
there.
always gotta one up me, Winston?
Oh, yeah, he did one up you one.
yeah, I
Good
called
job,
Andy.
Winston.
I asked him how many ops, and I said one more.
Yeah. Winston, you probably don't have a podcast room, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Indy, you win that one. Okay. So so with the current construction, when are you planning to be done? Like what is it scheduled for?
Yeah, we're gonna be done in first phase because we're building out in the same facility. first phase is going to be done in about 2 months, and we'll move over. We'll have 6 ops ready. So we'll just move over to the first phase, and then the second phase will be done in August. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Are you planning to be open more than 4 days, Winston?
In the future,
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
If I say 4, he's gonna say 5.
Wait,
Actually,
just say 6.
the architect planned 18 chairs originally, and I told her that was too many chairs. So I said, "Can we dial down a couple of chairs?" I can't imagine having 18. We got down to 60.
Nice.
So then, Winston, you're gonna go through like the team expansion too, right? So what are you looking at to hire, or if you're equipping 11,
Yeah.
what's your hiring plan gonna look like?
Yeah, so this year we're gonna hire one of each. So we're looking for one front office, one assistant, one hygienist, and I think by the end of the year, another doctor. So,
And you already have an associate, right?
yeah.
Okay. So you're the only one without an associate.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone can shed the light how to properly hire associate. I'm totally lost. So we've interviewed few over the year, and just fresh off the school, the skill level is really like low, and I feel like I could read better X-rays than people that we interviewed, and I'm not a dentist or anything, so so that part is sad. And then especially being out of network, expectations from patients paying higher premium, higher out of pocket, they expect higher quality, which is good.
Wait, are you both, Andy? You're network, right? You take insurance. Okay, Winston.
No, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not as ballsy as Ayrat to just drop everything.
Yeah.
It's harder to scale.
It is harder to scale. I agree, but
I think it's a different model.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but sometimes you want to see less patients, but I guess have more appreciation in return, because those patients we see, for the most part, they see us for us, not for their insurance coverage. And I think that creates good environment, good vibe inside the office. And for us, having that appreciation motivates us better to do better, invest in our patients' health better, and just at the end of the day, be happier.
Yeah.
That's what we found. Instead of like,
Guys, let's talk about associates for a second. So like Andy, so you're going to be looking for one. What's your approach? How are you going to look? Where are you going to look? How are you going to evaluate?
I put my ad out on Indeed, and actually I reached out to Paul Goodman from Dental Nacho to see what he could provide, and then we'll go from there. I've definitely gotten a lot of ads already, or a lot of resumes, but nothing's really sticking out as much as I would prefer.
What would be sticking out to you?
Yeah, what's your avatar? What are you looking for?
Like a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, but if they're stay-at-home mom, they're not gonna come work for you.
Like a part-time. I just want to work 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
Wait, are you talking about you being an avatar, or that's your avatar who you're looking for? I'm totally confused.
I want someone like me. There's
like you
rarely
already
stay-at-home
hired.
dads, so stay-at-home moms is the usual avatar.
So this lady, she graduated from dental school and she had a kid, and she's been at home for a little bit, and you're looking to get back into the clinic. Is that what you're looking for?
Or I became a dentist for fun, and I married a really rich, and I have a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I just want to give back.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
up with finding normal people, Andy?
That's
Look,
why I'm just shotgunning it out to see what's possible, and then I'll dial down my standards and see what's realistic.
What skill level are you looking for in associate?
I don't mind if they just do fillings all day, dude.
Okay.
It's just like my avatar is no stress, right? We'll provide everything they need,
Mhm.
and they just come in, do work, be happy, and then leave.
what's your avatar? What are you looking for? Or who you're looking for?
I'm looking for someone who can diagnose, who can do fillings really good, who knows how to work with magic systems, who can
What systems?
magics,
Okay. Yeah.
Garrison Dental, whatever, magic systems. I want to see their work. I want to make sure they can read X-rays better than me. So that I think that's the first thing I'm going to test them on. Providing the X-rays, just having them treatment plan off the X-ray just to see.
Just get over Jed or like Pearly Eye to help them read the X-rays.
I mean, you can, but it's not the point though. You want them to be able to read the X-ray and explain that as a treatment plan. Have good communication skills and stuff, like be bubbly, happy. Everyone wants happy, but yeah, not too like overwhelming. We want, yeah.
So is it harder to find his associate or harder to find my associate?
His.
Who's the unicorn?
Yeah, yours is easy. Like the feelings. If she or he doesn't know how to read X-rays, you're fine. Like you can read it for them
I
and
got
then tell them what to
Overjet.
do.
I'm good with the Overjet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we haven't found one yet. So that's the thing. But I like Winston's approach. So maybe that's what I mean, as long as the attitude right, we can get someone fresh off the school. It just has to be someone interested in dentistry.
I think Winston's associate had a do-rag on.
What was that?
What was he wearing?
What was he? Oh, he was he's wearing his surgical cap.
Oh, I thought it was a do-rag.
No.
So Winston, what's your candidate? Like who are you looking for in an associate?
I think if the associate gets along with patients, is a people person, everything else can be trained.
Mhm.
That's my mentality. You just have to have the piece of paper that you're like, I'm a dentist, and good with people, just kind, right? I don't think you can train kind. So, everything else is trainable, in my opinion. Even hand skills.
What do you think?
I think a lot of criteria we cannot discuss openly on podcast because that's going to be probably against a lot of labor laws. So we can skip that
Oh,
part.
definitely. Andy will get canceled right away. All right. So you're looking for an associate. Like what are some of the challenges? Like Andy, if we go back to you in the next month or two, like what's your number one thing that keeps you up at night?
So we have a good amount of recall and unscheduled treatments. So just trying to figure out a system to get them back. There's a point when we try to be innovative because we only had one hygienist and we were scheduling them too far out that patients were getting upset. And so they're like, well, like, how am I supposed to fit 2 cleanings in a year if I'm going to get pushed out already? And so we just started to be like, oh, we won't even remind them to schedule an appointment when they left and just let them leave. That happened for a good half a year or plus. And then now we're realizing with all the ops and all the patients that's out of the loop that wasn't a good idea.
It sounds like
It's like a honeymoon period for half a year, and then you're realizing it started catching up.
yeah, you have an
and then
empty
we're like,
schedule for the
okay,
next half a year.
man, now we gotta try to find all these patients again and try to get them to come back.
I have an
Yeah.
idea for you.
It makes sense.
What's
If you
that?
have a capacity problem, then that's the best way to fix it. Is just not reappoint, right?
Yeah, which we did.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
did
but
that
now
for.
he's got overcapacity, right? He's 15 ops or 10 ops equipped. Now he's got to fill that in. So you're gonna be knocking
Okay.
on doors for the recalls, like going to see these patients at home and be like, "Yo, what would it
Well,
take
so
you
the
to come back?"
problem is, I'm actually like busy. Like we still have a capacity issue, but just not on the hygiene side. And so we just need first step. It would be nice if we can get a doctor in to help, and then we could figure out the system. But I don't know when the doctor's coming in, so I have to figure out the system now, and then just make some patients upset while we push out their treatment and recalls, and then gain it all back up again. It's like a balancing act.
Interesting. Wow. What's your challenge? Your next couple of months?
Yeah, just to get those chairs in, and
That's easy. Just
Yeah.
pay for it. Like it's
and-
not like you're gonna
and,
carry them yourself.
No, I haven't signed the contract yet.
Okay.
So just trying to fit it in
Or
the
like
budget.
pick between Shine or Patterson. That's also easy.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's like no big deal.
No.
No,
I mean-
no, Ayrat, he would be making the chairs. You know.
I mean, easily. He could easily go to Oregon right now and just walk the Ayrat manufacturer and start chopping those out.
Exactly.
And yeah, associate is the big thing. Hygiene schedule, that's something really challenging at the moment, just because I don't know, maybe it's everywhere. I guess I don't know. How's it busy for you guys overall? I guess with new patient
Wait,
flow.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why do you guys want an associate if your hygiene schedule isn't full? Like, how are you going to feed the associate?
So we have a lot of patients waiting for doctor, like on those fillings and stuff. So we need.
My wife is one of them.
So yeah, he feels the pain. So
every night.
Yeah. So
when I get home,
we that's a good question and counterintuitive maybe, but we do have capacity for the associate to work on the patients.
Oh, so you want them to clean teeth? But
No.
You're not even cleaning
fillings.
teeth. Fillings.
Yeah, do the fillings. Same thing like you. We want them
How
to
far
do
booked out are y'all?
Right now, we at 5 days, 5 to 6 days. We try to fit, see patients without like long wait, but doctors like 3 weeks, sometimes 3 to 4 weeks booked out because we do things like root canals, all the root canals she does herself. So root canals and crowns and stuff, it will take up a lot of space on the appointment, and then emergencies. So emergencies, we get a steady flow of emergency patients even without advertising. So if it was our, I guess, choice, we would stick with surgeries, but we understand we need to see those patients with fillings too, because what are you going to do with them? So that creates that extra headache and opportunity for an associate. And ideally, yes, you find someone part-time, maybe like transitioning into private practice, maybe someone working for DSO and wants to get out. That would be ideal avatar, because definitely the environment here is going to be better than any
Andy,
DSO.
why did you ask?
Usually 2 hygienists per doc.
To get that production for the doctor?
Because if you can't feed them, they're not going to stay.
But maybe their model is different if it's fee for service.
You still need the feed. So technically, yeah, it's backed up right now, but once the fillings are all squared away, there's no flow. Or to what I hear, there's no flow.
How about emergencies?
So your emergencies, you have like a lot of emergencies?
So the emergency, that's the only, stepping into marketing, only marketing that really works. That's advertising for emergencies. As long as you're willing to see those same day, or, if you turn on the emergency campaign on the weekend, you'll have your schedule filled for Monday. So emergencies, they steady. I never like fully blasted. I never had to fully blast the emergency campaigns because we don't have the capacity. But sometimes I do, because we try to leave high productive spots on the schedule. So we're never gonna book like 8 fillings in one day. We try to keep it like couple of fillings in a day, and then the rest high productive, because fillings exhausting. So and low production. So we want to keep couple fillings, and then the crowns, implants, extractions, things like that on the schedule.
So then long term, most of these limiteds aren't coming back.
Most of it probably not. We try to retain, those that we vibe with, because once they get that extraction done, they need to think of replacing the tooth, the implant, and take care of their health. And Austin is a growing market. You notice that you closer to Samsung than us, and we're getting some Samsung employees. You probably too, right? Are you getting a lot of?
He's getting all the Tesla employees.
Tesla, Samsung.
They're all coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can literally build a mobile clinic and just go park it next to the factory. And
I have 2,500 patients that are just sitting there waiting to be coming back. That's a full doctor for a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Can you elaborate on that? Like, what do you mean sitting waiting? Like, you have to reactivate those, or like what's the story?
Yeah.
So what's the total number of patients in your open dental? Like, what's your total book?
If a new patient booked today, I think it's like 6,500.
Okay. So out of those 2,500 waiting,
How do you know they haven't found another office?
They could. That's why we have to figure out the system to at least, even if I got 500, they already came to the office once. They're warm patients. So that will immediately fill the associate.
Mm-hmm.
And it will fill the chairs. It's
okay. So then let's talk about, I mean, the obvious stuff is going to be, how do you figure out like the sequence of who do you get first, the hygienist or the doctor as an associate or the marketing? So like, let's leave the hygienist and the doctor for a second. Andy, what do you do for marketing that works?
word of mouth,
How do you do that?
patient experience.
So how do you do that?
We just treat them well at, so all the things that we've learned in courses, we just do. So to me, it's like, we have TVs on the ceiling, but we're all doing that. So I don't even know if it's like, special to even talk about. But most of our patients will be on like the neighborhood Facebook groups or whatever, and they'll just recommend each other. And then that's mostly where we get them. It's not bad that we also have like 700 Google reviews, which is the most out of the area in terms of like the ratings versus review ratio. But yeah.
So you don't have like a dedicated marketing person, or you don't have something that you think constantly about how do you build the flow and bring patients in?
No, we have too much flow.
And it's all from word of, like, stop bragging. Like, okay, so
No,
it's all
not
from,
bragging. It's a
yeah, you're
bad
bragging.
thing.
Look at his hair. He's got too much flow.
I, got-
Right.
I
Dude,
gotta
he's
cut
buff.
my
He's
hair.
buff. He's sitting, like, flexing his muscle, literally like Mark
Dude, I
Custard. You
just
know, he's like
got.
sitting there. We
I
can see
got.
that. We can see that,
I
Andy.
got.
And the question for you: so if you
Yeah,
have too much patients, why not go out of network?
because it's not scalable.
He's gonna lose them all.
So you're not using them all, but you're scared to lose them all, but you're not using them all. You're not utilizing them all. But now you understand that with the in network, you have to work twice as hard to get the same amount of dollars. What
when
is the
you
purpose of
say
scaling
when
though?
you say you mean the doctor, or you mean like who's you? Because if my goal isn't to be in the chair all the time, because I'm doing mega cases or bigger cases, it doesn't matter.
That's true. Okay, so the goal is to I
So
got
yeah,
Because
you.
it
maybe just
depends
a
on.
different way of looking
I
at
got you. I got you.
what
I
the
got you.
goal
The
is. Yeah.
scalable for you, it means that to be out of chair and just see procedures that you want to
He
see.
told you he wants to be stay-at-home mom. You know, so
No,
like that's his goal.
I got that part. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
That's his avatar.
Okay, so the goal for you to get out of dentistry completely and have the office, or there's still clinical stuff you want to do.
I mean, I talk about this all the time with Tiger and all my other everyone that I'm still. I don't know what it feels like until I get to that point, and that point for me is one. The biggest one is like, if I don't have to continue working, what do I want to do? I'm not there yet to realize that feeling, so I'm just gonna work up to that to then decide. But on the other hand, I see a lot of our friends that are selling, but I don't know. I
Friends, you
don't.
mean like same age people, right? Which is really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little older by a little bit, but not too much. But it's a different path, right? Because like I'm not smart enough to understand what to do because I had to go to dental school for X amount of years when other people probably were doing something while in dental school, like investing in real estate, and they had that extra 4 years on top of everything else. So now they have, if they're out 10 years, that's 14 years of a hobby that can now bring them a lot of money. So if I had to do that and step away from the chair, I'm gonna start from square one.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really nice to like hear a lot of people talk about real estate as a second investment or a main investment or passive income. But in the behind that, they probably were always interested, reading on it, just waiting for money to then act on it. I'm the same, but I haven't really done it as much and read as much, and so I'm like really behind. And so like it sucks, but you should. I mean, technically, we should utilize what we've known, what we know, right? Which is like we know dentistry. It's very niche, and so utilizing that and scaling that should technically be the best for what we've gone through, unless something outweighs that. And some people are really good at taking risk and leveraging and understanding numbers, and that could really mean real estate, which is a lot of what I see our acquaintances or friends doing. I'm not there to utilize that.
I
So
think we all missed out on a really good opportunity. You know what?
Bitcoin.
No, we could have bought Winston's building and just leased it back to him. And that would have been a great real estate investment, Winston. Like, trust me, it would be a great deal that we would give you. You know, it would be a great terms with the lease, maybe some TI money for your construction. But like, we all missed out. You and us all included.
Yeah, if you all put in 2 million, we could have got these apartment buildings made.
easy.
Easy. He's got the parking lot in the back, so this could have been a great investment. And all these people that would have lived in the apartment building will be your patients, you know?
Yeah, it's fine.
So yeah.
They
They
built
have
a
to
40
walk through
unit.
your office to get through the door.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, they will just come downstairs every morning and evening to get the teeth cleaned, you know? So brush your teeth. All right. So just to keep
Wait, to
moving
stay on
forward.
that topic, I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys are like, if you guys have any ideas on that, because like I was like going back and forth on that a lot.
Yeah.
And someone told me,
Can you pinpoint, Andy, just for a second, just so make sure we're all on the same page? Can you pinpoint what do you mean by going back on that back and forth a lot? Like, what is it?
like, not practicing dentistry and invest in real estate.
I
Or
mean,
going
if
back to
that's
dentistry and doing dentistry?
I feel
Yeah.
like if that's
Or
your
like
passion, then
scale
do
it.
it, right?
Yeah, but
But
like, what if my passion is to like stay at home?
well, then have
No, but
window
like,
work.
to be honest, yeah, to be honest, I talked to another doctor recently, and he said the average real estate investor gets 7% returns.
Yeah.
And if you're a dentist, technically you should get at least 20% returns.
Mm-hmm.
So how like it's not matching up if you're average.
And you're in
And
more control.
yeah, right. And so I'm not like, because everyone can start real estate, they just need money. So then it's like, okay, well, if I have leverage for money, does that mean that I'm above average and my returns will be higher? Or will it just still be 7% because I'm trying to buy specific like stocks and not just invest in the S&P 500?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I feel
So
like
that's
You
what
guys
I'm
have any
stuck at.
thoughts? Winston or Ayrat, do you guys have any thoughts on that?
yeah, I've also struggled with this, Andy, for a long time because my mom, she's very heavy in real estate, and she believes that's the way to make money. And she would take all the earnings from the dental office from my dad and put it back into real estate, and that's been the vehicle that she's been able to reach financial freedom. But at the same time, because that's what she knows. She can't spin the handpiece, right? And in their day and age, like having a 16-op practice or multiple practices wasn't common, right? It was a mom and pop shop. That's all they knew that was possible. So I feel like,
Yeah, with like 5 treatment rooms.
yeah, I feel like everyone, like it's like the grass is greener, right? Like, yes, real estate is cool, but like our expertise, we know dentistry, we know how to scale this business. I know nothing about the housing market. Like, if I got into that, I'd probably lose money, like right away. There's no chance. I have no chance.
Yeah,
But I
more
think
chances opening up a restaurant, Winston.
yeah, restaurants too, right? Like most restaurants fail. So we have something special. I feel like we take for granted, and like we just have to make sure we don't like have shiny object syndrome and like focus on dentistry. I know that's like not diversified at all, but like that's what we know, right? So like get after it and like 10x your business, and like it's gonna be fine, right? So why are we distracting ourselves with everything else?
Yeah. Well, Ayrat, what do you think? What's your thought?
I was just thinking about something else.
Daydreaming?
Yeah.
You're like, what are
daydreaming.
these two talking about? Like, these are not my problems at all. Like, I don't know what they're smoking, but I got different problems to deal with.
So Andy, so where are you coming from, like background wise? Your parents were dentists too, or
No,
okay.
no,
But you grew up here. You were born in United States. You grew up here. Okay. And then Winston, you were born here.
I know a little bit of Andy's background. It's not pretty.
Okay.
Like, we had a podcast about it for 2 hours. Where he came from, it's not that many people come from it.
We'll leave it for the therapy session. But
Yeah.
I was just realizing something. So Winston was born here. He's second generation dentist. Andy was born here. He's like a first generation. And we are just came
we're
here from from Russia, and my wife, first person to go to college from her family, and she became a dentist in Russia, and then she has a perspective working there, and she came here with the not knowing English, and all she wanted to do is dentistry. So she couldn't think of anything else, and
She still does.
she's still she jokes sometimes if you want to talk to me about anything, I'm not going to be able to hold the conversation. I only can talk about dentistry. So she's kind of when somebody asks her dental questions, she's always blossoms and wants to talk about this. But
So your point is everybody's in different.
Yeah, it's such a diverse podcast.
Yeah, that's the fun
different
part
interests.
about it.
Yeah. That's because you guys talking about real estate. Yeah, this comes across, but I'm on the same page. I have no idea where I come from personally. I used to have a car dealership, so for about 10 years, we're with partners, and that's how I know partnerships don't work. Even though we had good friendship and everything, but unless you're married to the partner, I don't think it's gonna work. So cars are good investment.
That's an interesting point, Ayrat. I feel like also the risk level also increases. So my risk level is here, Andy's risk level is here, and Ayrat is off the charts.
Yeah, we've seen the worst part, what could have happened. So now we're anything in here is easy. Is
yeah, you guys are I look up to you guys. When I need some confidence, I call Andy.
No, you just print the two pictures, Ayrat's picture and Andy's picture. And you look at those as
just screenshot whatever you
as you
see.
walk in the office, you look at these two and you're like,
I can do it.
All right. Well, that was good. I think that was a pretty interesting conversation. Winston, I think we missed you when you were transitioning from car. In the next couple of months, what keeps you up at night? What are you thinking about the most? What stresses you out the most?
Yeah, I mean, staying on budget with the build out probably stresses me out the most. Plus we're running pretty tight. I've had a lot of change orders, and yeah, I would say that's the main.
Why are you having so many change orders?
Because I change my mind a lot, so it's it's my fault. Okay.
Hence the name, change order. Change your mind.
Change order.
Yeah, change your mind. Change.
Andy, did you have any change orders when you were building?
Tons of change orders, but what was your most expensive one, Winston?
Adding windows to the front. They just knocked in 6 windows to make them huge. To get better curb appeal, so that was 10 grand per window. It's 60 grand.
And how many windows did you put in?
6. 8. Oh wow.
Yeah. Nice. Almost 100 grand worth of windows.
Yeah, it's almost like a first year of dental school.
Yeah.
Wait, so why can't you just why can't you wait on windows? And then we got a new heating unit, a commercial heating unit on the top of our building. That was another 30,000. So I don't know, just little things add up. I feel I bought a new Itero.
It has nothing to do with construction.
The newest one?
No. Oh yeah, the 5D.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we're transitioning to the next topic, which I did want to talk about very quick, is technology. So what's the latest and greatest you guys bought for your offices? So Winston, let's go.
So I bought the new Itero and I bought the Trios 5.
What is it?
The other scanner. Yeah, Trios 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's the latest thing I bought.
What's your take on it so far?
I think my assistants really like Itero because that's what they learned off of. So introducing another scanner to the mix kind of disrupt their workflow. So I learned that even though I wanted the Trios, what was better was to buy another Itero. So that's what I did.
So you bought both?
I bought both. Yeah. So I use the Trios and they use the iTero.
Do you mill crowns?
Yeah, I have 2 mills.
Which ones do you have?
The Glidewell ones. Andy has the same ones.
All right.
Because of Winston.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
It
I
sounds
bought
like you're following Winston's path a lot.
I got a 1-up and get 3.
Yeah.
So what's the milling machine?
Just mills crowns.
Yeah. What is it called? So like we can share with people. Like what you guys? Huh?
It's the one from Glidewell. The
It's
Glidewell.
called a fast mill.
Yeah,
Fast mill. Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah. So far, I've liked it. I liked it so much I bought a second one. So Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, I wanted a second one, but they told me
They run out of stock because Winston bought all of them. So what happened?
I mean, I just don't need it. You know, we could schedule out patients. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and you don't need patience anyway, so who cares? They're all waiting for more than 6 months. So okay, so Andy, what do you got as far as technology?
The newest one I got was the bamboo lab printer that we're all pretty excited about. It's
What's that?
it's like an at-home 3D printer. I think it started off of Kickstarter,
Okay.
and it's one of the easiest ones and the best ones nowadays. It won Time's best newest invention, I think, for 2023.
Okay.
And so I bought it, and if you look it up, it's called multiboard.io.
Can you text me that later? I'll put in the show notes.
Yeah. And I wanted to be able to print things so that we could customize it and organize things. One of the problems we have at our office is the cabinets are at a certain height, and so the pegboards that I could get either don't look nice or aren't. It doesn't fit, or it's not like really space efficient.
How
So
much
now
was
you
it?
have I think it's like 1,500 or something. It's like super cheap compared to anything else we buy in the dental world.
But do you print like a dental stuff on it? Like
No. You just print like I
all
literally bought
organizing
it to
stuff.
print
Shelves
yeah,
and
just
stuff.
to like be more efficient with the office.
that's cool. I'm looking at the website right now. Like
Yeah.
pegboards and
I need to go come see it. Where did you buy it?
this is pretty cool.
It was hiding in the other op. I bought it a couple months ago, but it finally came, and we're finally like using it more. So we printed a bunch some turtles and they're called benchies.
You printed turtles?
We made a turtle.
Yeah, really cool. So maybe Ayrat and I will stop by on Tuesday. Him and I are going to Dallas on Tuesday to see Dr. Tom Novak, his
Okay,
office,
yeah.
and then maybe on the way back we'll stop by.
Okay.
So that's the new thing. But what would anything new in dental space, like in the dental field that you bought that you like, you can brag about?
I bought this donut for my camera for DSLR. It's like a little light diffuser, so you can take better portrait photos.
Oh, is it a flash cap?
No, this one's this is the same one Josh Nagao uses for setups when he's taking portraits, because I don't have a lot of space for a good portrait with a double flash or a clamshell. So this one's like a portable diffuser, and it looked okay today. So finally, it was using that.
You feel like you're dialing in the dental photography?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only next way where we can get more of the patients we want, right? The ones that are like looking on Instagram and looking on social media for the nice before and afters.
Yeah.
We do a lot of them, but like I didn't care to try to brag about it, but like technically in order to get more of those patients, you have to like brag about it and get nice photos, and it's like a whole thing where it's tied into marketing, right? And you have to get like testimonials, and it's a little awkward sometimes, so we have to like figure out a system to be like, hey, can you like tell us about your experience so other people can hear? And So we're trying to like get into that so that we could, one, be more relevant on Google business page, but also for the website and then for like our media.
So you are doing marketing. You have a strategy.
I mean, that's in my head.
Do you have anybody who's like? Do you have an SOP for that? Like
Not yet.
the procedures that somebody is going to do marketing and stuff?
Not yet.
Okay.
Though we've hired probably 3 marketers, but the problem with hiring some marketers is they want to be really creative and they don't want to follow an SOP. Is what I found out. Or the
So
ones
you
that
hire them?
Yeah, so I hire them and I'm telling them like, hey, we're growing, we got these ideas, we want to do like TikToks and Instagram posts and before and afters. But when they're here, they want to do whatever they want, right? They're like, oh, well, I think you guys can improve on this, and because marketing is such a big like aspect, I'm not free to like really keep them accountable and like be on them. So it doesn't always
Sounds
work
familiar.
the best
Sounds
way.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did the same.
Yeah. So maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah, we're going through. So I hired a social media manager in December, and right away he came with a lot of creative ideas, and I mean, we had good connection, and then I was like,
Online?
no, in person here.
Oh, in person.
Yeah, in the spare room. Actually, we have them
Next to Tigers?
Yeah, next.
No,
I
no.
had to move Tiger to another room so I can.
The
But
storage.
but yeah, so I hired a intern for him right away. So he's coming from an interesting background, slime company that grew tremendously and through YouTube marketing and YouTube shorts and stuff. So he had good understanding of how YouTube works and stuff like that. But yeah, you have to monitor them because they get too creative, and then it's not always resonates with what office should be, like more professional. And I had to have that hard conversation a couple of days ago, actually beginning of this week, to slow them down into their creativity. I was like 20% creativity, 80% what I need, like like what you were telling, like with the before afters,
Yeah.
position ourselves as professionals, as people that can give good advice, even though it's not going to create a lot of followers. Not a lot of 9-year-olds girls going to look on the YouTube reels, but we're not going after them. Shorts, yeah. Shorts, yeah. But I feel your pain. So and I hired the intern, so right away I thought, oh, it's a great idea, let's double on that. And then we hired the intern right away. I think I need to scale back at this point because that's really getting up.
It's getting tough.
Getting tough to manage 2 people.
And you're busy, so yeah.
But we started this cool thing, mascot marketing. If you guys not following us on Instagram, follow Cedar Park Dental Wellness. You'll see our mascot. We did the Valentine's Day outreach. So where I was wearing mascot, going out and giving roses out on the street. It was fun. You should look up right now on the
I'll bring
Instagram.
the mess.
Oh, he's gonna bring the mascot head.
Oh,
But
what's yeah? I'm curious to see what your mascot is.
it's actually one of the biggest investments we've done. It was like $5,000. It's one of those 5 mascot companies that make mascots for like big, whatever the games and stuff. Okay.
It wasn't the Yomi robot. It was the mascot. The biggest investment.
That's
wow. That's legit.
That's a dental doodle. So you know how like there's a trend of mixing poodles with different breeds. So
doodles.
We have an Aussie doodle, Australian Shepherd doodle at home. So we decided, okay, let's make that Aussie doodle tax deductible. We'll make it a mascot and then make a copy. I guess the costume. Yeah, we'll call it the Dental Doodle.
I like
so
that.
So we have a TikTok called Dental Doodle. So we're gonna expand on that. I cannot give you feedback was pretty good. People were taking pictures with me. I was able. Nice thing, you don't have to talk through the mascot, so you can just be cute and give out. It was the easiest way to give out the business cards because everyone would take a business card from a mascot and take a picture. So right now, I don't know. It just happened yesterday. I don't know if it's gonna bring us any patients, but we give out about I don't know how many, like 60 roses, maybe like 50, with business cards on the streets.
All right.
It'll be interesting to see what you get as the number.
That's what it takes to be fee for service, Winston.
Wow.
You have to put that mascot on there.
That's next level.
Yeah, you have to pay $5,000 for costume.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to do that.
It probably was one of the worst investments. I don't know.
No, I'm sure it would work. It's just like I would never have time or be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the one that treating the patients, so
Right.
I it's not that I have time. I have other admin work, but I hired people for that. But now I'm realizing unless you do it yourself, it's not working because the way they approach and the way they talk, and I don't always like that. And then when you interact live, it's different. Then you cannot edit it out. You have to be on the point. So
That's amazing. Everyone needs an Ayrat in their life.
I want to.
Yeah, you can scale that.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked a little bit about marketing, which is the mascot. So what's on the technology side for you, Ayrat?
So technology, we haven't purchased anything recently. I mean, all the technology we had it for a little bit. One of the most used, with the hygiene, EMS airflow, Yomi. Yomi has been great. Right now we're milling crown. CEREC system works like nonstop, making those crowns. But you guys have a mill, so it's nothing out of ordinary. One of the biggest changes in treating root canals has been Gentle Wave. Gentle Wave allows us to do retreatments as well as treatments. So ever since we implemented Gentle Wave, we don't have to prescribe anything after. Immediate relief. We've seen patients before Gentle Wave. They were developing those cysts and stuff. We were retreating our own patients also. And then we retreated a lot of patients that had like cysts from 5, 7, 10 years developing, and were able to save their teeth. One of the biggest case we posted on Instagram, you can see the front teeth, like there were like 2 front teeth on the younger lady. She had the root canal treatment done. No, it actually wasn't retreatment. It was some trauma or something. She had huge cysts, and Gentle Wave, I think it's really good practice builder and gives good result on root canals.
Yeah, I definitely want a Gentle Wave. That's my next purchase.
Yeah,
but too late. You bought the Windows, so sorry, Winston.
Yeah,
priorities.
I mean that's marketing. That's marketing expense,
right? The question is what you're gonna put on these windows now. The banners.
Put a Gentle Wave on it.
Yeah.
Gentle Wave steer.
All right, so let's start wrapping up. It's been fun. So I'm really curious. I don't know, from what you guys heard from each other, is there any advice you can give to each other?
Don't buy Windows, buy Gentle Wave. I don't know.
Too late. That would be another change order.
Yeah, it's fine.
What else?
I don't know, man. I feel like I look up to these two, so I have no comments. I feel like everyone's doing great. Everyone's doing their best.
No
job, Andy.
Shiny red objects, right, Winston?
No shiny red objects. Yeah, just keep trucking.
Yeah, which you do, which is a lot of fun watching you build this thing. So, all right, let's do it again. This was fun.
Cool.
I didn't want it to go really scripted because I think there's a lot of synergy between the 3 offices here. and you guys have a lot of wisdom, and you don't mind sharing stuff the way it is, and even like busting each other's rear ends a little bit, like why you do this and why you do that. I think that's the beauty of this conversation. That's what I was looking for. I don't think a lot of people expect or hear that a lot because, you know, I don't know, for whatever reason. And one of the topics I want to talk about in the future is, like, you all have been through a lot of advisors, consultants, and coaches. I don't want to name the names, but I'm really curious for somebody who would be starting out, like, and again, that's the next podcast. We don't have to do it today, but I'll just throw it out there. Like, if we can again get together and four of us talk about that space or that side of dentistry, that would be really cool. And so let's stay tuned. Let's do another one.
Cool. Let's do
Thank
it.
you, guys.
All right, boys. It was good to see you.
Happy Friday. Peace.
Happy Friday.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
weekend. Happy Valentine's. Love
Happy
y'all.
Love ya.